In this chapter, we will learn how to create new clients and suppliers. To do so, you need to establish the payment terms of your business first. You can create different types under the menu Quotes, Payment Terms. Here, you can specify how the client will pay, by cash, by bank transfer, as well as indicate the payment dates, maybe 30, 60, or 90 days. We close. We go to Entities, New Client. As we have a client already created, we will not create a new one. We select it. A new dialog will appear requiring you the tax number. Click the Edit button on the top right of the window in order to fill in all the information. This dialog window is easy and self-explanatory. You just have to introduce the name, the invoice name, the address, the postal code, the country, etc. In Contacts, you can add contacts by pressing the new Contact button. A row appears. By default, the contact type is the telephone. You can change it to email, fax, or mobile phone. Let's introduce the information. In the value, you will put the telephone number. It's important to highlight that for each contact type you want to create, you need to add a new contact. Let's say we want to add James Harrison email. We press New Contact. We select Email. And we write it down. The priority field can be used to sort the contacts by preferences. Maybe you want to contact it by telephone first, and secondly by the email. The next tab is Notes. Here you can write notes about this entity. Features tab. Here you can see that an entity can be at the same time a client or a supplier. To make an entity a client, you just have to check this checkbox. The payment field specifies the payment terms of the client. The max credit is really important because it allows you to specify the max credit of this client. It has a max credit of 2,500. You can add it up to 3,000, for example, or more. If you lock the client, you won't be able to create a new MO for this client. This is to prevent the creation of new jobs for someone that owes you more than it should. In the Commission dialog window, if you right-click here and you select New, we can assign a salesman as well as set as a commission. We can establish a commission of 3%, for example. Suppliers group is easier. You can specify your payment terms of your buy orders. At last, we have the entity files. A folder opens. Here you can store documents or forms concerning this entity. Prices. Here you can assign a price table and specify special prices for a client with a particular profit margin. Here it has the normal table, which is for default. You can also assign different prices to some items, like here, for example, the PVC canvas, they have given them a price of €2. If you want to add another one, you just go to Items and Items. We can say we want to add the lamination film. We drag it here and we establish a price of €3. This means that for this client, the lamination film will cost €3. We can also add branches with different prices. We go to Items, Item Branches, and we drag it here. You can also establish a special price for this. In the Address tab, you can fill in the different delivery addresses of the company. Once we finish, we just click the Edit button to save all the introduced data. We should also mention one last checkbox. In the top left, there is an icon shaped as a clock. Pressing it, a new dialog appears with a list of all the multi-orders concerning to this entity. Here it's empty as it has no multi-orders yet. Now we will explain how to create a new supplier. We go to Entities, New Supplier. As we have one already created, we open it. It also appears a dialog requesting the tax number. We will fill in all the contact data as we did before for the client. We go to Features, and as we can see, it is checked as a supplier. We select the payment term, and we edit in order to save all the information.